sure that tonight will be different. I promise you'll understand. As the moon rises, the dark sets upon us, and then I will take your hand. Tell you that I want you, and that I need you. Tell me that you understand. And I will tell you that I want you, and that I need you. Make me the happiest man. That we won't see. No matter where we go, you'll always have with you a true protector in me. Tell you that I want you, and that I need you. Tell me that you understand. And I will tell you that I want you, and that I need you. Make me the happiest man. And baby, I can't stop smiling. I'm excited, I'm living in Wonderland. With you by my side, I'm flying, I'm gliding. I hope that I never land. I hope 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 I never land. Tell me, do you understand that I will be your man? Tell me, do you understand that I will be your man? I'm not about this at all, but I'll risk it. Feel like I've never felt before. Gonna miss it. Follow me again. Why can't I resist the gravity of love? I'm not in love, I swear. It's just that you make me so alive. But still I say
Hello everyone, welcome back. We've got 3 IGL matches for our stream tonight, and the first one is going to be Netsix and Chill versus Empyre Fyrestorm. I apologize for running a few minutes behind. It is baking in my room right now, so I was doing everything I could to try to get this place cooled down. Hopefully it works, we'll see. But I've got everything ready to go finally. And let's take a look at Netsix and Chill and Empyre Fyrestorm. Both these teams with subs available. Netsix and Chill only with 1 available. Empyre has 2. They have that option. It doesn't look like any of these players really have been ultra consistent this circuit. So perhaps this week number 4 is very important for both of them because they could find some momentum going into the second half of the IGL circuit. Now, Netsix and Chill, despite the odd stat lines, they are 3-1 right now, and we'll go into a little bit more detail later on how they got to that point. And Empyre Fyrestorm, they are 1-1. So indifferent so far. They've got 4 more matches to play in the back half of the circuit. We'll see if they can get the second half of the circuit started on the right track for them. I see we've got a fan of Fisher in the chat. Let's see. Well, I'm gonna mute my Discord as well, so I'm not getting spammed with messages. All right, looks like we've got 1 team in so far. We've got Netsix and Chill. It looks like we're just waiting on Empyre Fyrestorm. And Forest Bump 6165, thank you for the follow. Just oh, did somebody what happened? Okay. One of the players for Netsix. That's why. So I was wondering why one of the Netsix and Chill players left, and it was because they joined the lobby too early. So we'll get that remade real quick. Oops. All right, and I'll send the new info out. Cool. What's up, Husey? Here to support the Fyrestorm. And okay, looks like the players are starting to get into the new lobby. Forest Bump also in the chat here to support Fyrestorm. We're glad to have you all today. And it looks like they're ready to go. They are joining the lobby. So without further ado, we have Netsix and Chill in the blue. We've got Empyre Fyrestorm in the orange. Tier 5 Division 24 of US East 3v3s. Let's get it started. Prey to Fox had the early shot on target to get Empyre started on the right foot, but oh, it's a weird touch from Mac Miller. J-Red has the pickup, and Calm Lotus there to stop them before they get too deep into the blue half. And Calm Lotus might have a shot. It's blocked well. But the Empyre defense, but Bearded Ninja is there with a follow-up. And within the first 30 seconds, Netsix and Chill going to have a goal after some lackadaisical defending from Empyre Fyrestorm. Fisher picks that one up using a very unorthodox non-meta car in the 50s. They get absolutely destroyed on, and Mac Miller is there first to slot it away into the back of the blue net off to that left side of the net. Great placement, and it's all tied up just 7 seconds after we had our first goal. So for Netsix and Chill, the stat line is a bit wonky for several reasons. Those of you who were able to look at that before, it wasn't really very high stats in any position, really. Especially not when you consider that this is a team that's 3-1 so far in the circuit. So they've already played their bye match as well. They'll have this week and next week, and then they will have week 6 off, which could be, it could be a good thing. Well, never mind, because Calm Lotus is going to score. It's great pressure from Fisher to put that one off the backboard. All of the Empyre defenders kind of stuck in place, none of them coming in with any momentum. Now it's Netsix and Chill with the lead. Got 3 goals already within the first minute and a half. Perhaps this is a sign of things to come for the rest of the series. But Netsix and Chill, their bye match did not go according to plan. It was a sweep against them from the T5 Tyrants. But in week 1, their week 1 match against Empyre Knights, they won 3-1. So they've got a little one-up on the Empyre organization already this circuit, and they're going to get a one-up on the scoreboard as well. Calm Lotus, a great dribble, and they're able to squeeze it, pinch it off the post, and make sure that it doesn't get into the net. Prey to Fox pushing it through the corner, but none of their teammates even close to being able to follow it up. So it's going to be Netsix and Chill that had the next opportunity. Empyre's defense not convincing on these clears. Netsix going to keep it in the orange half field. Perhaps some more opportunities, get a couple more, maybe another goal as a player comes in and Bearded touches it to the side. They're going to try to get another touch towards the middle off the corner, and their teammate can't make contact on the transition, but Bearded gets the demo. A great play for Netsix to be able to reset, but unfortunately these missed touches are causing all kinds of problems for both teams. It looked like they're going to be able to do something, but then the whip comes out and they just aren't able to do it anymore because they don't have possession. A couple demos near the orange net, but it's Prey to Fox who's able to get the touch. They're going to carry it out to midfield as well. Without a lot of boosters, no momentum, no power. And Fisher, their touch going to waterfall in front of the net. They and Bearded are both up for it, but there is a touch away from an orange defender. Calm Lotus keeping it in front. It's past Mac Miller, and the last defender is stuck in the net. They're facing forward and not towards the side where the ball was. that ball had come in quickly, it would have been a dangerous position to be in. But for Netsix and Chill, their week 2 match was a forfeit win, and those games do get counted into the match, or into the overall stats. So why that would explain a little bit why those numbers are a bit lower than maybe we would have expected from them. And then in week 3, they got a 3-0 actual win over Ohio Car. So perhaps there are a lot of close games within that. So Netsix hasn't really been a dominant team, but they have been able to get the wins that they need. The same can't really be said for Empyre Fyrestorm. Bearded Ninja extends the lead to 3 for Netsix and Chill. It's a great start for this blue side as the Empyre Fyrestorm defense not really looking all that strong today. There's still plenty of time for them to build things back up, but we'll see. So for the Fyrestorm, week number 1 was their bye week. So they started later than almost everybody else in the circuit. This is their week 4 match versus Netsix and Chill, and they still have their bye game to play against Pure Dumb Luck. Now for the Fyrestorm, their only win came over the Empyre Knights, which was a forfeit win back in week number 2. And I originally was going to cast that match, but because it was a forfeit, we didn't get the chance to. Would have been great to see both Empyre teams go head to head. But then Empyre Fyrestorm in week 3 lost to the tier 5 Tyrants. They did pick up a game though off of them, which is the advantage that they, or an advantage that they have over Netsix and Chill coming into this game. But it looks like that that one-up doesn't really mean much in the early stages of this series of Netsix and Chill. Able to coast along to a 4-1 win. There was 12 shots on target, only 5 for Empyre, just showing the distance between these two teams in the first game. Oh. Well then. That's a problem. Let's see if I can get joined back. Okay, I'm joining back. There we go, shake off the cobwebs. Yep, absolutely. All right, looks like a couple players are missing as well. So I guess we'll wait for them to join back. It's 2 Empyre players that are missing. And it looks like Empyre might be making some substitutions as well. I do have 5 players on their roster. We've got J. Rudd, Mac Miller, Unafraid Path, Super Kraka, and Preda Fox. Looks like Preda and Super Kraka are going to be at least the first 2 that I see on this. And we've got Mac Miller joining back as well. So it looks like a couple players disconnected from that lobby along with me. But oh, okay, they've got the memo. They're ready to go. But yeah, we'll bring it to game number 2 between Netsix and Chill and Empyre Fyrestorm. A slight delay as a couple of us lost our connection. What's up, Q? I'm excited to have y'all on stream again next. Oh, it's a close shot for Mac Miller, but that shot does roll wide. We'll see if the introduction of Super Kraka makes any sort of difference. Super Kraka played game number 1, and I just didn't realize. A lot of the director camera was on the Netsix and Chill players because they were on offense so much and they were always near the ball. So if they were, then it's my mistake for not recognizing them, but it also says a little bit about how much of a foothold Empyre had in this game. Some of these players were virtually non-existent. There's a very dominant performance from Netsix and Chill, although the first minute and a half of this second game suggested it might be a little bit closer this time around. Preda takes a shot and it's high. The follow-up comes in from Mac and another one from Preda. It's behind Bearded, and Empyre Fyrestorm have the first goal. If I'm not mistaken, this was also the case in game number 2. And if not, then both teams were able to get goals within the first 40 seconds. So it wouldn't be completely out of place for Netsix and Chill to bring one back quickly. Yes, sir, and I'll let the other team know that you're passing it. Awesome. Saved me a little bit of work. Because, honestly, I was a little bit behind today. It's baking hot in my room, and after my scrim earlier, or I guess the EV League match, I had like a decent amount of time, but it was just so hot. I just needed to get some fans going. I needed to cool off a bit. So a little bit behind on all that, but you're a regular, you know what's what. And Netsix and Chill, they've brought one back. It's not as soon as it was in game number 1, but it is an equalizer nonetheless. Ninja puts it to the backboard, and Fisher has made it a quick double for Netsix and Chill. That is the fast goal scoring that we know Netsix and Chill to be capable of. And Mac Miller was coming from the backboard, very nearly had the block. If it had been timed just a tiny bit better, or maybe Fyrestorm had been just a little bit luckier, they would have had the block. It's going to be able to take a shot in an attempt for a third goal, but they're only going to be able to find a demo on Preda Fox, but this will allow them to have some more shots on target, some more pressure. And Mac Miller doesn't get the clearance past midfield. Bearded setting up Lotus. He's going to cut back in from the corner, but it's a great block from Super Kraka. Going off the ceiling, Preda to the backboard. Is there a follow-up from a teammate? No. The second man a little bit delayed for this Empyre team. It's making it a little bit difficult for them to choke Netsix and Chill within their own half. And it gives them chances like that where Lotus can pick up the ball and will have a chance off the wall as well. But Mac Miller denies them, 50s it with Ninja. It's going towards one of their teammates. Preda Fox wanted to make the touch. Oh, Super Kraka lets it roll by. Luckily for them, there's nobody immediately there to put it back into the middle. But Netsix and Chill gonna try to take advantage. Try to box Empyre in. Preda bounce shot towards the net. It forces a save from Fisher. It's not a great touch. Calm Lotus gets the clearance, and Fisher, they're 50. Going to threaten the orange net even. Oh, the shot from the outside. It's to the back post, and Fisher is going to be there to finish it off. A great initial shot from Fisher. It forces the last Empyre defender into a scramble. Not able to get the touch away, and Netsix and Chill extend to 2 goals for their lead. Palm Lotus and the rest of the Netsix defense being pretty cautious now. They've got the 2-goal lead. The Empyre offense doesn't look like it's really got going just yet, so blue side can be a little bit more conservative in their play style and just keep the ball away from their net. They don't even need to pick up possession. They don't need to play their normal style. They can just make sure that they get touches that are as far away from an orange card as possible. And it has worked, as with just a couple seconds left, Empyre won't be able to get those 2 goals. And Netsix and Chill are going to put themselves on match point after a good game number 2 to follow up their dominant game number 1. I'm actually going to bring it to my bring it to my camera once again, as switch a couple settings on Rocket League, maybe get some better performance here. Oh my goodness, the amount of frames that we're dropping. That's I hope it's not too much of a bother for those of you watching. But Netsix and Chill, they've just got to keep playing their game. This one was not as dominant as game number 1 was. But Empyre Fyrestorm, they're taking their time. From an offensive perspective, it wasn't that great. But the defensive perspective, it was a little bit better. They didn't allow Netsix to just pepper the net with shots. The midfield was a little bit better from Fyrestorm. They did give up those couple goals. And it looks like, okay. Look, oh, wait, what? Wait, let me double check my facts. Okay, we did have the spectators leave, so looked like the entire Fyrestorm team was in there at one point, but looks like we're good to go now. So we'll get into game number 3 between these two teams. It's an early shot on target for Empyre Fyrestorm, but it's blocked well. Netsix and Chill obviously on match point. They can keep playing their game, then they should be able to take the sweep. But Fyrestorm looks like they're getting warmed up. They've still had some decent chances. They haven't been able to make any of them count. Going off the backboard, and it's J-Red who pops it up high to the backboard once again. The touch inside comes from Freda Fox. And so the substitutions have come in again for Empyre. They've got Unafraid Path being brought in, and J-Red has come into the fray as well. So perhaps this is a stronger Empyre side. You know, J-Red is the captain for this team, and they're going to find the first strike once again. J-Red and Freda combining here. J-Red had that 50 that left the ball in front of the blue net, and Unafraid was coming in as well, but it was Freda that got the touch, pushed it a little bit wide, came back and got the shot away. But it's the third time in a row Empyre have taken the first goal. Can they hang on to it? Netsix and Chill seems to play well when they're coming from behind. I would not be surprised if Netsix and Chill bring one back before Empyre are able to extend the lead. That's a decent opportunity right there, but it's going to be pushed away from Unafraid Path. Stronger hits already from Empyre. But it's promising because the defense, that was the struggle that they had earlier on. Just weren't able to get any solid touches away, and that was what allowed Netsix to have so much possession. Now, of course, if they don't go for the ball, that can cause issues as well. But Netsix and Chill there, not able to capitalize. Bearded Ninja's got the pickup now, and they'll pick up the mid boost as well. The ball from the sidewall to the backboard to Bearded's front of their car, and oh, the stuff from Fisher was on target, but it's blocked by Preda. Fisher had the turnaround, but Calm Lotus lurking, waiting to see what this Empyre defense will do in transition. Bearded looking for the top corner. It's a touch from Unafraid, but it's coming down dangerously. Fisher was there, but no touch. Empyre Fyrestorm gonna survive the first half with the lead that they have. Another 2 minutes, though, for Netsix to bring it back. Oh, it's up past J-Rud! And Netsix and Chill, just moments after I said that they had over 2 minutes, they're going to take like 10 seconds to bring it back. 2 of the level scoreline. It was a bit of a pinch, but it wasn't that strong of one, but it was enough to cause J-Rud issues. And with 2 minutes remaining, these teams tied at 1-1. It's a familiar storyline in Game 3 as opposed to Game 1 and 2. Can Calm Lotus get the save? They're not there in time. An Unafraid Path, a substitute brought in Game number 3. And they have scored a crucial second goal for Empyre. The first game this series that Empyre has scored 2 goals. That's the first time that they've been able to bring their lead back after giving it up. And a double tap from Unafraid! An amazing double. A double tap and doubling their lead for Empyre Fyrestorm. Well, this composition for the orange team, very much the strongest one that they've shown so far. And Netsix and Chill, they're going to have to do very well to bring it back, because this is not a situation they have seen themselves in, going up against this particular Fyrestorm team. They have not been down by 2 goals at any point in this series either. Calm Lotus with the back pass, and Beard's gonna take the possession, but it's a touch inside. Beard's still gonna have the touch, but it's a teammate that comes in and bumps them. It's Fisher that did that, and they've got a 50 with J-Rud. They lose it though, and you find the bump on J-Rud. Make sure that pressure is a little bit delayed. Unafraid Path downfield. Calm Lotus through the corner. Preda with the interception, and they're gonna try for it. Going from downfield, Netsix and Chill. Oh, it's a double commit, and Bearded to the inside. Is there a follow-up from Fisher? Calm Lotus is actually gonna pick it up instead. All 3 of the Netsix and Chill players in the same quadrant of the pitch, looking and lurking for an opportunity to take a shot on net, but it's not coming. It looks like Netsix and Chill going to drop this one, as a strong Empyre squad has showed up on the pitch. The combination of J-Rud, Unafraid Path, and Preda Fox seems to be the one with the answers on how to get past Netsix and Chill. Now, this game was even more low shooting than the previous 2. Both these teams, the offenses continuing to slow down. But Empyre Fyrestorm able to find 3 goals on 3 shots, yet one of those shots was definitely a miss. The Preda Fox had 1 goal on 2 shots, but Unafraid Path, 2 goals on 1 shot. That'll do them pretty well in their search for a sharpshooter medal for the week. I think they have to play in 3 games, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe. I'm not really sure. I haven't looked at those criteria in quite a bit, but I feel like there's something like that, so nobody goes and does exactly what Unafraid did and score 2 goals and off 1 shot and call it a day. What Unafraid should do is leave it to their teammates and just not take any shots so that they play the 3 games but still have the 2 goals on 1 shot and ride that for a 200% goal scoring percentage. That would be quite the stat. And D. Schnell, thank you for the follow. I'll make sure that Empyre has the 1 game shown on their scoreboard, and oh, there's 2 or 3 Netsix and Chill players that were going up for that. Calm Lotus is able to track back and make the save. The triple commit from Netsix. It really should have been a goal for Empyre on transition, but they didn't make it count. Will they get punished for it? They just might. As Fisher goes up for it, and Fisher will get the goal. Netsix going down the other way, and after a carry out from the Empyre defender, that second challenge comes through, and Fisher's able to help it all the way to the net. It's the first go-ahead goal, or rather the first time this series that Netsix has scored first in a game. First 3 games they've been coming from behind, and the first 2 they've been successful. Netsix and Chill trying to find a way through this orange defense, but the plays through the corner, they're not working at the moment. Preda will touch that into a central position, and a miss from the orange defender means that Calm Lotus can pick up the ball. It's still a 2v1 as Preda and J-Road were both in front of the net. Oh, that's going all the way towards the blue net. It is going to be slightly wide. It forces an intervention from Fisher. Calm sets it up for Bearded to boot it downfield. Bearded's going to go off the corner. Can they get the touch inside? It's a great pass. Their teammate's up for it, and Calm Lotus just does not get the shot on target. Unfortunate, as it was a really great pass from Bearded. Fisher gonna bump Bearded out of the way and say, no, I want this clear, let me do it myself. Plan B hasn't quite worked out, but they do get the ball over to the orange half for a couple moments. A slightly longer spell in the orange half might be at play here. Fisher, that shot from how weird of an angle it was very unlikely that it would have hit the net, but it still did, almost. Bearded with the flick right at the midfield line, but Unafraid Path standing back far enough. The orange team starting to combine here with some touches, making the Netsix and Chill defense move around a bit. Go cut outside from J-Road. There's a bump from Preda. Is there a block on the goal line? Is slightly, but it's not really one that they'll make an opportunity out of. They managed to keep the ball on this half, and several tactical fakes coming out from these teams to try to mind game the other, and leaving the ball completely and giving them some free time. With a shot, it's under the crossbar. Unafraid Path has found Empyre's first come from behind goal. Fisher and Calm Lotus, neither of them able to make the save, and Empyre has found the crucial equalizer with a minute 40 left to go. Unafraid the ground touch, and it's going to be followed up by Fisher. Yeah, continue going with them, but with not a lot of boost, they have to leave it for Bearded to take the shot. Blocked well by J. Rudd, who gets demoed by Bearded as a result. Lotus is really thinking about cutting for this one, but they've left it for both of their teammates who got to the backboard.
60 seconds left on the clock.
A minute left on the clock. Netsix and Chill, if they can find one more goal, it could be the one that wins the series for them. For Empyre Fyrestorm, there's still hopes of a reverse sweep. Especially since Netsix and Chill has not been able to dominate the way that they were in games 1 and 2. The composition that the orange side brought in game 3 is working extremely well, and it is continuing to prove to be the right move in game number 4. Lotus gets a touch past one. Can they get a block? Turn away from it. Cut back inside. And oh, Bearded was up, but there's no shot on target at least. It was rolling wide. Called the pop-up. Is there a follow-up in time? There's not, and we've got overtime in game number 4 between Netsix and Chill and Empyre Fyrestorm. Preda, the touch towards the net. It's going to go wide, and Bearded has the pickup. They've got the dribble, the chance. Oh, it's rolling through. Come on, Lotus. And Bearded going to combine at the last second. And that tiny passing play is going to do it for Netsix and Chill. Truthfully, that was going to go in off of Bearded's beat on the ground in his own half. But Calm Lotus wanted to get involved. They wanted that assist for their stat sheet. And Netsix and Chill going to take the series over a Empyre's team that they did improve. Overall, they did improve throughout this circuit. Unfortunately, Jay, Unafraid, and Preda didn't come together until it was a little bit too late. But if they had started with that squad from the very beginning, they at this point in the series, they could have had a lot of momentum going for them and a lot better understanding between them. And I think if they had started from the beginning, this series may not look the same way. I certainly wouldn't have had those two blowouts. Not blowouts, but two games where Netsix had much more control. You're very welcome, J-Red. I'm glad I was able to get you back on stream. I remember it was week 2, I think it was, where we were supposed to have like 4 Empyre teams playing within 2 days, and then the team that you were playing against was I think you said that they just ended up disbanding, which is, you know, they never like to see that. That's unfortunate. But glad we were able to get you on, and of course we always love to have Netsix as well. They've had him quite a few times, actually. I know Beard and I have had some good conversations in Discord DMs. So always love to have some returning teams back on the stream. But I hope that you all will stick around, because we do have 2 more IGL matchups. We've got Haxolotl Incorporated versus Profs, and for those of you who are regulars to the stream, you will definitely recognize the Profs. They are another one of those teams that has shown up pretty regularly over the weeks for IGL. Probably what, the 4th or 5th time I've had him. Q already knows the drill. I don't even have to message him anymore. I know that I can, whenever I have queue requesting, I know that I can just send them the lobby info. They'll be ready. They'll be ready for it. And they save me time too, because they tell the other team what's going on as well. And normally I would tell the other team, regardless, but doing the work for me. I can't complain. Man, I don't know what has been going on with Streamlabs recently. The last week or so, anytime that I stream, I've been getting like massive frame drops detected, and it seems it goes down, like it builds up pretty slowly and then comes back down pretty slowly, but it's every 2 minutes. I don't know what's going on. I've restarted Streamlabs and it's not clearly that wasn't the issue. I haven't downgraded my internet, and I even lowered the bitrate from what I was using originally, and that just still is not working out. So I might have to talk to their support team. Thankfully, I will be getting a gigabit connection sometime in August. We've decided to switch our internet from one provider to the other. It's a fiber connection as well, so that's going to be even better. I've thought about running an Ethernet cable, but it's just too much of a pain because it's got to go from the next floor below to my floor, and I don't own this place. We're just leasing it. So hopefully with the gigabit connection, it'll be better. The starting threshold will be better. Also with graphics cards starting to become a little bit more available. Hopefully I can get those and I can move over to streaming from my PC instead of my laptop, which it tries its best, but it's just not enough. But we'll spend some time fixing everything up for the next match. Which I guess I'll go and create the lobby now before I forget. Oops. Now okay. All three of these matches that we've got tonight are US 3v3 US East matches. And that third match that we have is going to be Ascent versus Delta. I believe we've definitely had Delta on the stream before. I don't know if we've had Ascent, but all these regulars, they know the drill. They know that they can submit my free special requests, and if I'm available, I'll be sure to accept it. And that's exactly what's happened. All three. I didn't originally have any slots available for today, but saw 3 special requests come in, and just so happened that we only had our game today, no actual like longer practice, so it worked out. Oh, no way. Oh, that's awesome. We so this team that we're playing with, they've played in some other circuits as well, notably the Mage Quit IGL circuits. As they seem to have they got 3rd place in the spring for Mage Quit 3v3, and are also they also have the Anti-Shave Club. Both Zodiac and No Cheese have the Anti-Shave Club trophy, and I don't really know what exactly that means. But Abacus is on there too. I know Abacus has played and casted Mage Quid. They also have that third place trophy, so it looks like this team should have some good chemistry. And you'll see the TC in front of their name, and that stands for the collective. Cool. I'm liking my my new my new system that I've got for uploading these overlays. Copy down all the browser source links beforehand, put them in a note file, and then makes it easy to just copy and paste them over real quick in between matches instead of having to cycle through the IGL site while I'm on stream. Cool. Oh. Match. That's right. The lobby, rather. It looks like I black screened while creating the lobby as well. So good thing I did it early. Cool. And Uber clicks. Thank you for the follow. You've got roughly 8 minutes until this next matchup between Haxolotl Incorporated and Profs. I'm just gonna pull up these two teams' pages real quick. Look at their history. I'll be able to get right to it. All right, so there is a lot to talk about between these two teams. So we'll get started early talking about them. So you all know everything you need to know about these teams. So for Haxalotl Incorporated, that TC stands for the Collective, which is a IGL franchise. I guess if that's, I don't really know how small or big they are. I know that there's a couple, quite a few people that are involved with it. Abacus is the main person that I'm aware of. But yeah, so the Collective, Haxalotl Incorporated, we do have Abacus on this team. And we've also got Zodiac, No Cheese, and Lanfear. Now, it looks like all four of these players have played, as they do all have some stats to be seen. No Cheese and Lanfear with default IGL profile pictures, though. What are you doing? But Abacus seems to be the highest performer for this side. 1.21 goals per game and 1.36 saves per game. And they're tied for second on assists for the team as well, with 0.5 assists per game coming into this. What's up, No Cheese? Hiya. Oh, you're very welcome for the cast. Glad to have you. You just missed me calling you out because you have that default profile pic on the IGL site. How dare you? I'm just joking. What's up, Abacus? How are you doing? Now, you've been really busy with some coursework this summer. What's up, O Cards? Who won yesterday's game with butt lickers? That is a good question. Let me look back at my notes and see. Now sometimes if I see the team names, I can kind of remember, but I'll be honest, Purple, I don't remember. But the VOD's available on Twitch if you want to go back and look it up for me. We go through so many matches that if I tried to, or if I even attempted to try to remember all the results, I would drive myself crazy. I didn't get to check, but it went to game 5. Yes, that's right. It did go to game 5. The other thing is, like, I don't usually end up putting, I don't, for the most part, end up putting that third game win light. So it's not like when I come back to it later and say, oh yeah, that was a great match because this team won. It's just stays at 2-2. We will have 4 join at first, but 1 will leave as soon as we are in. We do sub slot. Good to know, Abacus. Thank you for letting me know. Rough day? Ooh, yeah. They gotta have those once in a while, I guess, but they happen. Hopefully you can turn it around with a big win over Profs. Which, by the way, we haven't talked about them at all, so we'll give them the respect that they deserve. Now, Q, O-Cards, and Dolan all shooting above 1.5 goals per game. They are on fire on offense. This team is averaging 3.9 goals per game, and Avoctal even is there with 1.14, so shooting above a goal per game whenever they get involved. And 3 of these players with 1 assist per game, 2.4 assists per game on average for the team. It is crazy for them on offense right now. But they hold it down on defense as well. Q is putting in 1.7 saves, and it's almost 3 times as many as the next player behind them. Ocards and uh uh and Dolan. I'm like trying to look it up to make. Yeah, Dolan coming in with 0.67. But this team likes to rotate a lot too. It seems like, or at least from week to week. Last week, the other team made us wait an hour, then had their 4th spawn in last game. Ay, ay, ay. Won a 4v3. Nice. Buttlickers is an amazing team name. It was great having them last night. I think the name of I named my I'm starting to name my streams after like a team that's involved for the night. So, or it's like how I'm feeling. So like tonight we obviously have the sauna. Yesterday I had big booty RL players show off their skills. So it was nice having a little bit of build up for that. Absolutely, you can always drink to a great team name. Oh, right, I need to remake the lobby. It's in that black screen, I forgot. Make sure that yep, I did update the team names. And all right, so let me find Q in my DMs. I've got to start changing it up for Q. He's gonna catch on to my copy pastas that I send all these captains. To start being very blunt and no more personalization for you anymore. Abacus, I'm gonna send you the lobby info, if that's cool. I mean, by the time you hear it, it's too late anyways. But normally I'd send it to the captain, but I didn't even need to send them a message earlier because Q did everything for me. So, absolutely, good luck to both teams. It should be very exciting as both of these teams are currently undefeated. Haxalotl, they're currently 4-0. They already played their bye-week match, and that was a 3-1 win over Sleepless Sloths. Seem to have quite a few teams coming from this division. It seems like every circuit, there's one particular division where I just have like a ton of games from. And this circuit, it looks like Tier 3 Division 14 is that division. And do we... I think we have everybody. Yes, we do. We do have everybody in the lobby. So we'll switch it over to Champions Field, where we have got Haxalotl Incorporated and Props on the pitch. Haxalotl Incorporated, they are currently 4-0. Like I said, they had that 3-1 win over Sleepless Sloths for their bye match. They won in week 1 over Wiggly William 3-1. They beat Phantom Eastern 3-1, and they took down LCS 3-1. So they've got quite a trend going here in 3-1s, and I think Props, they're a team that could possibly buck the trend and provide a 3-2 series, possibly even a loss for Haxalotl Incorporated. We'll see what happens. But perhaps even Haxalotl could take the opportunity to buck that 75% game win trend and just make it a sweep. Would be the best option for them, obviously. But Haxalotl has scored 49 goals between all 4 of those matches. They're doing very well on the shooting side of things, but the Profs, they've put up 39 goals in only 3 games. The Profs do have 2 bye-week matches that they've got to play. This is their last scheduled league match. They don't have one scheduled for week 5 or 6, so they'll be able to go through those bye matches. But it's the Profs that get on the board first. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in Profs. They've got a goal to their name, and it's a good start from them. We'll see how Haxalotl responds. And they're going to respond by giving up another one, as Heritage's Milk. And for those of you who are not aware, Heritage is like this grocery store, I believe, that's near where some of these players live for the Profs, and that's or at least near where the player lives. So that's kind of the story behind the name. I guess they have some like they sell milk, or it's like Heritage's Farm or something like that. There's something close to them, and they sell milk, and it's good apparently. It's apparently delicious, like delicious. So much so that it's worth promoting them on the stream. So. Zodiac, can they get the shot on? But it's saved well by Heritage. It's important to look at these team comps as well because of the amount of subs that are available to both of these teams and the amount that these teams seem to go through those subs. So for the collective, they've got Landfear, Zodiac, and Abacus starting, no cheese, on the bench for now at least. And then for Profs, we've got Heritage's Milk, Sucker, and Candle. Now, these names are very different from the ones that are on the IGL website, so I couldn't really tell you who is who. But we saw a lot of these players for the Profs doing extremely well, so it may not matter who it is as long as they play well. Could be any of them. But Abacus sets up Landfear for Haxalotl's first goal of this series. Always great for a team to get on the right foot, get a goal and get that confidence building, get some momentum going as well. Abacus makes a good save on Sucker's shot. Abacus a nice doink to send it further into the orange net. It's not dealt well by Sucker. It's going to be a shot, but Sucker does well to get to the backboard and deny it. They've got a touch across as well. Great defensive work from Sucker despite the initial miss on the carry out from the corner. Landfear wins the 50. And it's an awkward position for the orange defense. The mix from Cody, from Zodiac. Abacus was coming in for a shot as well, but the collective going to continue to have pressure on the orange side until Milk decides that they want to get a very good pinch across field. Zodiac to the inside, Landfear off the backboard. Abacus thought about turning for it, and it slows Zodiac up just a little bit. Pop from Abacus is followed up by Zod. The second half of this game has been dominated by Haxalotl pressure on the orange end. And the shot comes through, but it's not on target. Abacus setting up Zodiac once again, but it's blocked. Landfear has to come in as that third player. Off the sidewall, intercepted. Very close match between these two sides so far. I don't think we would have expected anything less, as I'm sure both of these teams so badly would love to keep up their undefeated their undefeated records so far. Unfortunately, one of these teams will have to give up that record, but they've done well so far at the circuit that if this is the only loss that they give up, they'll still be in a very fine position heading into playoffs. But Haxalotl can't complete the comeback, and Pross are able to make it 1-0 in their favor. Well, looks like Abacus will be the one to be sacrificed. Oh, that's awesome. The way that Sucker responded, I feel like that's the first time that somebody's complimented him like that. But No Cheese is going to come in for Abacus. They're going to switch things up a bit. But I don't think we ever talked about the props and how they got to that 3-0 spot. So like we mentioned, like I know I mentioned before, this is their last week scheduled weekly match. They don't have anything scheduled for week 5 and 6, but they do have 2 bye matches that they will compete in instead. Haven't played either of those, only the weekly matches up to this point, maybe trying to keep the 1 goal per week, trying to not exhaust themselves in a particular week. There we go. So in week number 1, Pross took down Sleepless Slots. That was on this channel. It was one of our first matches of the new IGL season. And then week 2, they went up against Wiggly William in and that was a 3-1 win for them. And then they went up against IHN, and that was a sweep for the Pross. So they've only dropped 1 game so far this circuit. And Sucker is looking like they want to continue that way, only giving up the 1 game so far. Coming off the ceiling, lands on it perfectly, slams it to the back of the net, and the Pross have an early lead. Candle hits it to the middle, and we do have wait, Candle play last game? I don't think they did. This team does have 5 players to choose from, so they can easily switch out as they need to. Q, Cards, Dolan, the Myth, and Abakul. Seems like all of them going by different names, so I had no idea who is who. But see, we had Sucker, we had Milk, and I'm completely blanking on who we had. Maybe we did have Candle, I just don't remember. I'm very forgetful with who's playing from game to game. I did that last series as well, but there's Landfear, the sub for Haxalotl. They didn't start, not necessarily a sub. They were the sub for game number 1, but not necessarily taking up a sub role overall on this team. It was No Cheese as well that was there. And it was, wait, wasn't it No Cheese that came in? Why am I so confused? Caroline, thank you for telling me that Candle did in fact play. So this is the same composition from Pross. It is different for the collective. We stand the canned. I like it. I like it. Oh, right. No Cheese and... Yes, No Cheese is the sub that came in for Abacus. Now we've got the record straight. So, no changes for the Pross. No Cheese comes in for Haxalotl Incorporated in place of Abacus. And that is where we stand. As the score line is 1-0 in favor of the Profs. They continue to do well, and they might even find themselves on match point the way that things stand, but oh, well, that's certainly not going to help either. Lanfear got a major redirect as Heritage sends that one down, and oh, that is unfortunate. You hate to see that. Lanfear was trying to get the clearance across field. Oh, I like that car. That was really clean. But Lanfear tried getting the clearance across. They just couldn't. And unfortunately for them, their touch goes straight to the back of their net. Not exactly the confident play you needed to see from Haxalotl. As they now go down 2 goals with 1:30 left on the scoreboard on the time clock. And Lanfear is going to make up for that one by getting a goal for themselves, this time for their own team. But it's no cheese with that beautiful looking car. The all light blue with the pigeon. That is a very clean. All the players are matching. They all seem to have blue involved somehow. More so, no cheese and Zodiac. But Lanfear's got some more of a green color for them. But oh, they've got a matching of the wizard or witch's hat.
60 seconds left on the clock.
Candle's car doesn't look too shabby either. I like that. But back to the gameplay, we've got 1 goal separating these two teams as it takes a double commit from Zodiac and Candle to deny that one. Oh, Lanfear got bumped into that save. What a defensive play for Haxalotl, but the Profs continue to put pressure on the blue side. They just cannot break out and get anything going. No Cheese held to only 82 points so far this game. They have struggled to get involved. Milk puts it across the face of the net. Can Candle get there? It's so close. No Cheese. It's a flick towards the corner. Lanfear is going to pick it up. Sucker to the inside, and Zodiac continuing it towards the side wall, but Heritage puts it to the back wall, and it will take some play. Oh, that ball almost went off Candle when they were turtling. And that would have been some 0-second goal if it had gone in off of them. But the Profs, they hang on to the 2-goal scoreline. They've gave up 1 to Haxalotl, but still very close games. Profs were a little bit more dominant that time around, but Haxalotl brought it back the 1 goal. Certainly the chance that they could have made it 2. We'll see if they can take the lead this time over the Profs in game number 4. I'm not seeing exactly who's going to sub out for Haxalotl Incorporated just yet. Oh my goodness, the amount of support for Candle right now is insane. Candle activated. Candle, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. That's beautiful. And the Twitch drink purple emote, that's awesome. The candle is lit, curse lit. And it looks like Abacus is gonna Abacus is coming in for Lanfear. That is extremely surprising to me. Because I thought Lanfear had besides the own goal, I thought Lanfear had a pretty good game. They found the goal for Haxalotl last game, but perhaps there's something I'm not seeing that the Haxalotl does, and that means that Lanfear will be the one sacrificed. The Profs continue to stick with their main 3 that they've got so far. Milk goes off the sidewall, puts it off the backboard. Sucker comes in. We just rolled a 1d4 for who sits out each game. It's just for inclusivity. That's awesome. That's fantastic that you literally roll dice to see who sits out. So, you saw it in chat. No rhyme or reason, just pure luck as to who comes out for each of these games for the collective. And that was a great pass from Abacus. They baited in that defender to come challenge the ball and hit it past, but they just weren't able to find a connection between two of the Haxalotto players. It's a good spurt from them, though. Can they make it count? The goals have been light for both teams, but lighter for Haxalotto. Good cheese to the middle. Zodiac gets up, and so does so does the third player as well, but still no goals for Haxalotto. But they're putting on more pressure. It's not great from Sucker, and that shot is going to roll wide. Sucker will have possession again. 50 with Zodiac. Or I'm sorry, with I don't know what I was saying. Zodiac was following that one up. Heritage, the pop-up. No Cheese is able to get it before Candle does. Sucker puts it on target. It's booted away by Zodiac. Heritage beats they beat, it was No Cheese, I believe, but No Cheese got the demo on them. Ball still hanging around at midfield. No Cheese with the pickup, and pretty even going into the second half of this game. It's neither team really giving up a whole lot. There's been a couple shaking moments, like just now with Haxalotto giving up some opportunities to Profs on offense. Heritage's Milk stays strong for the 50, but Zodiac is able to clear away the danger. So, it hasn't been entirely clean, but there's still not much to separate these two teams. With roughly 2 minutes remaining. No Cheese downfield. Heritage is the one that gets the touch. Oh, it's a poor miss from Agabus, and both of their teammates come in for a pinch that goes straight to ceiling. Heritage to the backboard. It's to Kendall. The pass inside, and Heritage backflips. It would have been a very clean play from Profs. Well, not great for the Profs, and Zodiac comes in. 1:41 left on the clock, and finally, there is a goal for one of these teams, and it's Haxalotto that takes the lead. Y'all need a sponsorship from Subway with all these subs you got. And oh, just like that, I turn away to look at Twitch chat for 2 seconds, and the Profs go and score? How dare you? But Candle is clearly channeling the energy from the chat right now, as they put a banger on target. And what an important goal it is. We're tied 1-1. Haxalotto worked so hard to get that go-ahead goal, and it's been so easily dismantled by Profs.
What a save!
Nerd's gonna nerd. Heck yeah.
60 seconds left on the clock.
Candle went for the wave dash pass to the inside. They weren't able to get the right pathing on it to make contact, but they still managed to keep the ball in this half. These are going to be a late goal for Profs that'll put them in the lead, put them in control of this sweep. Haxalotto, this is the first time that they've dropped 2 games in a series. In every series so far, they have dropped exactly 1 game. to 4 straight 3-1 score lines for them. Oh, on target! That's off the post! Abacus's save very nearly turned into 2 straight own goals. Or rather, own goals in back-to-back games for Haxalotl. Heritage goes through with the air dribble. Abacus gets the save and the savior medal. No cheese with the demo. Zodiac to no cheese. It's still up and Abacus gets bumped and it is overtime in game number 3. Oh, even 50, but Abacus only is able to find a demo. Stops them from getting a shot on target from midfield. A worthwhile sacrifice for the profs, I'm sure. No cheese. Gets it over 2. Can they get the pass inside? It's still high above the orange net. Candle does well to get a demo on Zodiac. That will stifle the offense for the moment being. The pass inside stopped well by Abacus at the front post. Great sense of urgency to turn when they needed to. Off the backboard, Abacus won't be there. Zodiac is coming in as well. No cheese doesn't get it, but Candle gets bumped and no follow-up from them. Smart play from Zodiac. Abacus able to touch around and get the follow-up as well. Sucker going for the double tap and not able to find that second touch before it gets intercepted by the collective. Sucker to the side, to the inside. And Abacus is going to be up very early for that one, but their teammates are stuck on rotation. Great play from Abacus to block it at midfield as well. Buy their teammates the time to come back in and reset on defense. Candle looking for the double. They leave it for the teammate and it's a dunk. But Abacus stays so strong that the dunk doesn't matter. Almost 2 minutes of overtime played. I'm not sure who's closer to taking this game. Abacus looking for bumps. They found one, but not on the player who went up for it. Zodiac to the opposite side, and it's sent right back in. Heritage going up for the double tap once again. Oh, it's off the crossbar. It's so close for both of these teams. When will one of them be able to find a way through? That was arguably the best chance. With the net pretty open for Heritage, but they just didn't get above it enough. Abacus, the light touch. Oh, no cheese. Gets the 50. Abacus is coming through, and there's so many whiffs, so many missed touches. But Haxalotl is able to make that ball roll all the way through. Heritage, the backflip. 2 players coming in with whiffs. And there is another player following up. It is a mess in front of the orange net. But Haxalotl, they found that game. And I realized I didn't update the scoreboard to reflect the 2-1 scoreline. Right? Yeah. Yes, 2-1 scoreline that we had. Or that we have now. So that's more accurate. But, so No Cheese and Zodiac both left, and Empyre has come in, and did the die land on its side or something? Like, is that why both of you have to come out? Like, what happened? That'd have been crazy, actually, if it landed on its side. Oh, we do have Do we have everybody? We do have everybody. So Lanfear and No Cheese deciding to stay in. And Abacus, Lanfear, and No Cheese will... Our boys lagging 24/7. Alrighty, well, we will certainly get a new lobby going. Thank you for pointing it out very early. And yeah, we'll get that. Get the new lobby. I mean, we want to make sure that it's as fair of a match as possible. Double check that it's a US East server. And it is. Cool. Cool, so we're starting to get players back into the lobby. And, okay, they're ready to go. So, this, yeah, that looks better. The ping looks good. I wasn't really paying attention to the ping before. But, glad that the ping looks good. And hopefully that the server is a little bit better for everybody. And there we go. Now that the overlays have loaded, we'll send it over to game number 4 between Axolotl Incorporated and Profs. Only the second game that the Profs have dropped all series, or all season. And, oh, it's going to be an early goal for Abacus and for the Collective. Candle got up for that one. There was another teammate coming in behind them, and that touch just not the one. It went off the ceiling, and it was an easy finish for Abacus, who slots it in. But what's up, Zodiac? You're very welcome for casting for you all. Yeah, I had to switch over to the camera for a second as we were creating the new lobby, and needed to make sure that the overlays loaded in. Lanfear, the tap down. Not able to make a passing play out of it. Candle. Oh, it's a great shot from Candle. Top right corner off of Sucker's pass to the backboard. Hitting it with the side of the card. Got it enough power that the defender and net couldn't get up quick enough, and the placement was good enough that the player coming in had issues quite getting in the right position. And a quick double for Profs. My goodness. The waterfall from the sidewall and Heritage's milk driving it along the floor. And just like that, the Haxolotl side has gone from 1-0 to 1-2. It was a great start from them, but not exactly how that first minute and change should have gone. There is still plenty of time, though. More than 3 minutes remaining. Lanfear and co. certainly have a possibility of tying it up in regulation, even getting a winner in that time. And these defensive touches from Profs are not fantastic. That clearance from Milk certainly will be. Candle trying to latch onto it, goes for the musty flick, has to execute it early, and the touch does get past the defender. They're turning it into some pressure in the blue half. Lanfear to the inside. It's going to be a shot for Heritage's Milk. And the Profs have doubled their lead off of a great shot from Heritage's Milk. It's their double. A brace for them in this game. Abacus trying to work a ball inside, and Lanfear attempting to do the same. But Heritage's Milk will get a great touch towards the middle, and a slight redirect from their teammates, but it's no trouble for Abacus, who has the catch. And the dribble. Sucker stays strong. No Cheese with the follow, beats Milk, trying to get it past Candle. It's a waterfall off the corner, it's dangerous for the orange defense. Sucker got the touch and got bumped, but their teammates able to do well to eliminate the danger for now. Abacus shot off the bounce, goes wide. It's followed by Milk, who has been the best player for the Profs this series, at least in my opinion. Lanfear to the inside. There's a teammate under them. Leaves Abacus alone on defense. They have to get the touch and back up into the net. And the miscommunication leading to more trouble for the collective. Despite the amount of circuits that these players have competed in between both Rocket League and Mage Quit, the communication doesn't seem to quite be there tonight. We've seen a number of double commits. Abacus continuing to dribble the ball. No Cheese is going to take it from them and say, yeah, let me help you out here. No, excuse me. Sucker with the 50 to the back wall. Candle tries to put a shot on, and now it's No Cheese 1v1 with Milk, but Milk makes a great turn. Turns into a pass for Sucker. Needs to be blocked by the collective defense. No Cheese to the side. Candle gonna go for the play off the sidewall, buying time, being smart about their possession, the Profs. Got the 2-goal lead. They just need to hang on. They don't need to go for any risky plays. Oh, that was a beautiful chance for Abacus, but the ball rolls wide. Oh, and No Cheese the whip on defense, and that will all but end this series between Haxolotl Incorporated and Profs. I like that goal explosion. I don't know if I've heard that one before. But what should have been a goal for Abacus turned into a whiff on the blue defense and a goal for the Profs. And with less than 10 seconds remaining, this will be the end of this series for them. Profs, they dropped another game, but it was all good and well for them as they took down a 4-0 team tonight. And tough opponents in Haxolotl Incorporated. By far the largest margin that we had all series. And I think this game is more of an outlier. Because, thanks, Awash. Thanks, Awash. Y'all are very welcome for the cast. Of course, for the Profs, glad to have you all back. Love having you all. And one of my most regulars on the stream. Always a good time having you all on. You always put up some great Rocket League. And perhaps Haxolotl. It was a great series. Unfortunate that y'all weren't the ones that were able to keep your undefeated record. The GG's, Sucker. But Haxolotl put up a good fight. They're able to take one game off, so They have not been involved in a shutout yet this circuit. But what happened here? Oh, that's why. Oh, wrong scene. Okay, Candle. I see you loading into the lobby just because I didn't leave. But these are two very strong teams from their division. I wouldn't be surprised if both of them ran into each other in the playoffs at some point. And these teams, with 4 wins, they're pretty much guaranteed that spot in the playoffs. But for now, in the next 2 weeks, it's all about finalizing that position, getting as high as they possibly can. And they're undefeated. They still could fight for that top spot. Whereas the collective, they've dropped a game. It's still going to put them in a really strong position, especially if they can take a win next week as well. But we will see. Should be for some very interesting storylines coming into playoffs for that division. Especially because there's a number of teams that we're familiar with. But awesome. I am going to take a quick 5-minute break so I can go grab a snack because I am very hungry. But after that, we'll be back and we can start talking about our next matchup, which is going to be, let me pull up my notes, Ascent versus Delta. So that one will be starting in roughly 20 minutes. I hope y'all stick around for that last matchup. We'll be right back.
all you ever, all you ever, all you ever said. Oh, I'm not the one to tell you what to do, but tell me now, is it right for you? Cause we've been talking, keep on saying maybe. You got me hoping for a possibility, but I don't know what's going on inside your mind. You keep on running back to him, even when he don't treat you right. And all I wanted was for you to just be happy. Ask you what you want, but all you say is maybe. So maybe you'll be happier without me. Maybe we'll be better off after I leave. Maybe all along I was just being headstrong, cause in the end, darling, maybe I was wrong. And maybe you see that I could have been the one. Maybe you'll understand after I'm gone. And in time I hope that you'll find some clarity. Cause all you ever, all you ever, all you ever said was maybe. Oh, maybe. Oh, maybe. Maybe. 'Cause all you ever, all you ever, all you ever said was maybe. Yeah, maybe I'm to blame, going insane, thinking I can change ya. Yeah, or is it just a game that I can never play and your love's a treasure? But tell me, did I ever do you wrong? Give me a reason from going. I focus on the stacks, forget looking back, but for real it's all I have, moving on, yeah. I don't know what's going on, it's on my mind, why can't let go, something that never was, holding on love that I never lost, could both know, it never was mine. Crying over ghosts, but never was alive, it all went wrong, but never was right. Tell myself I better want somebody alive. Cause maybe you'll be happier without me. Maybe we'll be better off after I leave. Maybe all along I was just being headstrong, cause in the end, darling, maybe I was wrong. But maybe you'll see that I could have been the one. Maybe you'll understand after I'm gone. And in time I hope that you'll find some clarity. Cause all you ever, all you ever, all you ever said was maybe. Maybe you'll see that I could have been the one. Maybe you'll understand after I'm gone. And in time I hope that you'll find some clarity. Cause all you ever, all you ever, all you ever said was maybe.
All right. That break was a little bit longer than I was expecting, but I was really hungry, so I needed some Doritos. Just wipe off my hands as well. I don't really want to get a Dorito, whatever you call this, Dorito dust on my um on all my stuff more than I need to. Avocto wins the VOD coming out. The VOD, you should be able to actually look back at it right now if you want to. I believe Twitch lets you, if you go somewhere on my profile, click on the stream. So you're not watching live, but you can look back at it, I think. If not, then you'll be sure able to look back at it later once the stream's over. It'll be live there. And because I stream on YouTube Gaming now, excuse me, you can watch all the VODs back over there as well. It'll probably be under the stream will be, well, it'll have the same name as it does right now. That first part will be the same, so you'll just have to skip forward to wherever your team starts playing. Purple, I played earlier today. Not on stream though. We played in the EV League against Category 5 this evening, a couple hours ago. And we won 3-0, so that was nice. We got a win in EV League before we got a win in IGL. How about that? That is a Cars poster on the wall. It's Flo's V8 Cafe. My brother got that for me for my birthday. It's one of those disc plates. Greatest movie ever? I completely agree with you. I don't know jack about like actual cars and how all that stuff works, but I love the movie. And like, as a kid, I always liked watching NASCAR, not for like the actual like strategy or anything like that, but because I wanted to see crashes. But recently I got into Formula One after seeing the Drive to Survive series on Netflix. So I saw it right as season 2 was like close to coming out. And I've been hooked and following it ever since. But if you haven't checked out Drive to Survive, I absolutely recommend it, even if you don't know anything about Formula One. It's so well put together. And as some of you may have noticed, actually, one of my follower gifs is of a Formula One driver. Awesome. So just sending messages to the other captains, making sure that we're good to go. And yeah, I need to get some more posters for the background. I have so much wall space that I feel like I could do. I feel like I could do more with it. Obviously, this whole section could use a poster. Maybe some stuff like trailing below me. Although my desk ends like just about where the camera cuts off. So not that you'd be able to, yeah, I guess I could squeeze something in there or shift everything up a little bit. That could always work too. What am I gonna do? Oh, right, make the lobby. That's important. I should also change the stream title. I will say that I have cooled down a lot since I started having both fans pointed directly at me. Originally, I had them just kind of like facing somewhere in my room or on the oscillate. That would just kind of get everywhere. Cool, just cool down the room in general. But since it's right on me now, it feels so much better. With the heat outside and I mean, it's probably cooler now, but earlier, especially, and with how hot my laptop gets and the fans being poo poo, this place can really gets bacon. Right? Excuse me. All right, let's start talking about our next matchup, which, for those of you who have been sticking around from the previous matchup, you will know that our next game features Ascent and Delta. This is another 3v3 US East match. And two teams that seem to be doing pretty well. Now, and I say pretty well because both of these teams are actually, they're both 3-0. But, and like our last game, somebody's got to take a 1 in the loss column eventually. So, unfortunately, we have to bring the bearer of bad news at some point. But, oh, whoops. I did not mean to to transition to that, my bad. But, well, I guess, since you saw it, I may as well send the lobby info out now. But for Ascent, their top scorer, over 2 goals per game, which is absolutely insane. Sinbad, 2.17 goals per game. It's absolutely crazy. I don't know how you even can be that consistent. I don't know what that first part is supposed to mean, Drover, but absolutely a battle for first should be on stream. It should have an amazing caster like me. Oh, and let me actually copy the lobby info instead of the title. But yes, a battle for first place should absolutely be on stream for everybody to watch, especially when you have a red hot striker in Sinbad on the other team. You gotta have it on stream. Sinbad is supported by Blaze and BTB Chiefs. Blaze and Chiefs, each averaging 0.83 assists per game. And Chiefs seems to be the support player more so because they've got 1.17 saves per game. But Sinbad does their work at both ends of the pitch, 1.83 saves per game. Absolutely incredible form from Sinbad. And it shows because they have multiple MVP trophies in their trophy case on the site, all from different circuits, so always improving, always playing to a high level. And for Delta, they've got a number of good performers on their side as well. They've got 5 players: Drover, Kraken, Tragic Event, Burp, and Mezzy. With Tragic Event being the top goal scorer, 1.43 goals per game. We've got Drover being the top defender, 2 saves per game, and all of these players averaging over a save per game whenever they are involved. And they're the team overall averaging 3.2 goals per game and 4.7 saves per game. That is absolutely insane. And a number of these players dishing on some assists as well. Drover, Tragic, and Mezzy all stand out there. And All right, I think we're all good to go for this match. I'll tell them good luck because they're early and I didn't need to tell them anything. Oh, let's go. We've got Ascent, a 3-0 team, and Delta, another 3-0 team. They're battling for first place. They are battling to keep their undefeated score record. One of these teams will end up 4-0. The other one will have a 1 in their loss column. Delta put on a strong shot and it was saved well by Sinbad. Oh my goodness. The Doritos maybe not the best choice of snack during the intermission. The Sinbad goes up, places it through the corner. Rivera is, I'm not sure who that's supposed to be, but Rivera is the one that gets the save, and Sinbad makes yet another save. Already 2 quick ones for them in the first minute. Chiefs to Blaze, and Drover makes a save, sends it downfield. Sin was waiting exactly at midfield, and they get the bump on Drover to make it a little bit easier to handle the transition. Barry takes the shot, and it is past Chiefs. He couldn't get in the right spot. Blaze and Drover pinching that ball to the corner, and oh yeah, this came out too far, too quickly. And Delta takes the first goal of the series. Take the first step towards securing their undefeated record going into week number 5.
What a save! Saved by the keeper!
Sinbad looking to take a shot on net. It is a very similar shot to the one that Delta had not too long ago. It's a little bit farther out, but still coming diagonally from the side, and it gets past the defender who was sitting in net. A quick response for Ascent, which is exactly what you'd like to see if you're a fan of the blue side. And Drover might have another response. Chiefs does well to get the save that time. Tragic looking to put it down for a teammate, doesn't get the touch off the back wall. Blaze to Rivera. Oh, the dunk from Rivera, and it's out wide. Trying to defend with the 50, keeping it alive. It's over Blaze. Rivera is up, going for the tap. It's already wide before they even took the shot. But now it's the blue team on the counter. Blaze gets demoed by Drover, and it was almost a good passing play. Blaze keeping the pressure on, going for the read. It's off the backboard. And I think Sinbad may have gotten bumped, or else they could have been up for the follow. And Chiefs, oh! Chiefs was looking for a foul, thought the orange defense was going to have a touch, but they whiffed. They were out of position. And a couple follow-up shots, still not enough. Very good transition, attempted pinch. Got past both defenders, but they were covered decently well. And a Sinbad, a huge demo on Drover. Of course, it's tragic to come in, and there'll be some space in midfield, but the miss from Chiefs doesn't help out. Drover pressures it first, and it leads to Tragic. Tragic had that initial touch, and Sinbad had to touch it away with Drover pressuring. And Tragic was in the right spot at the right time. Able to put it to the back of the net, give Delta that 1-goal lead once again. Oh, 3 for Delta. This time it's Drover getting on the scoreboard. The dog with hat profile showing up as it's a great redirect from Drover to put it top bins. Doubling the lead with 1.5 minutes left to go. Tragic. Oh my goodness, that was very close to being a fourth one. All three Delta players have got on the scoreboard.
Saved by the keeper.
Tragic played it past two, but Sinbad got back in time. Barrett to Chiefs. Release it. The Sinbad is in an awkward position. I'm sorry, it wasn't Herrera that set up Chiefs. We're getting my names mixed up. Oh, Sinbad. Oh, it's Blaze that had originally had that touch. Sinbad looked for that air dribble. He got bumped away. Hate to see it. Sinbad up, going for the tap down. It's just narrowly high above the bar, and Drover gonna pick up possession. Go on the transition. Waits to have a delayed touch past Blaze, but Blaze plays it well. Sinbad looking for interceptions, looking for physical play as well to open up an angle to shoot on net. Drover does well to get the save. Sinbad is up, goes for the double tap, and Herrera intercepts before the second touch comes through. Chiefs has to be smart here, and they get the block on Drover. And Herrera will let this one roll. Pop it up with 0 seconds left. And Delta will take game number 1. Is there a 0-second goal for Ascent, though? And there will not. Delta will keep on with the 2-goal advantage. And Delta, they've taken game number 1, put themselves on the front foot. Just checking my Discord DMs, making sure that I didn't have anything from the captains. I know when I see my my notifications rise, because I'm on Do Not Disturb, I don't see them. So I always like to make sure that, you know, nothing like a connection issue that's been talked about or something like that. We've got game number 2 between Ascent and Delta. Delta taking game number 1, 3-1. But Sinbad for Ascent has been showing why they have been so good this circuit. All over the place in game number 1. And unfortunately, they weren't able to help their team pull out a win. But Sinbad looks like they're ready to do some damage, and it's just waiting for their moment to pop off. Oh, tragic! The redirect off the crossbar! What a play from Delta! Very unlucky to not have that first goal. It would have been a highlight reel play, absolutely. Barry, the pop-up. Both Chiefs and Sinbad deep in the orange happened. Drover doesn't make contact. It was an open net. Herrera to the inside for Drover, and that one's off the post. Herrera puts it back inside, but it's away from the net. Oh, Ascent got so lucky there. But Delta not able to take advantage of some clear opportunities. They might be made to pay, but they're going on offense once again to try to atone for those mistakes. Tragic off the backboard. Drover. Oh, that looked like it might hit the crossbar, but it doesn't. It goes clean under. And Delta have taken the lead once again. great series of plays from Delta. That first goal should have come sooner, but they're able to make amends. They don't get punished by going down early because of all of those misplays. We'll see if they can tighten the screws a little bit, get their play style on lockdown. Try to see out this series in a comfortable fashion. Of course, Ascent is no pushover, as they are also undefeated, and that always deserves some merit at the end of 3 weeks. Empyre, the tap down, got away from Tragic. Bit awkward for the Delta defense. Tragic gets a great touch. Blaze with a strong shot, and Empyre gets the save. Blaze trying to cause issues. Go for a potential back pass. Empyre gives it up. It's a great 50 from Drover to push it into the corner. Tragic is up the wall. Sin was already up. Oh, the missed touch. Oh, that could have gone into the net, but it does in fact roll wide. Dangerous for Ascent. Neither team looking entirely comfortable, it looks like. But Delta's still the better team at the moment. Looking for number 2, and Drover is able to intercept with that front post. Chiefs to Sinbad, who's putting the shot wide. Blaze puts it high above the net. Tries to get a second touch, but Drover reads it very well. Is going to have the carry. Oh, the 50 going towards the orange net. It's wide. Tragic will give it up to Empyre, who's slightly in front of them. Blaze off the backboard. Sin and Blaze both go up for it. Their third committing deep into the orange half. They're going to have to hit that retreat button, but they actually recover very well, and so well, in fact, that Blaze is able to get a goal out of it. Tragic off the sidewall. I don't think they realize that Sinbad and Blaze are going to be in those positions. It was a very deep commitment from Ascent on the last offensive sequence, and I thought that they were both going to retreat, try to give themselves some space to read a clearance, but instead they both turned fairly early. And they're rewarded for their risk-taking with a goal. Off the corner, Blazes up, but it's pushed out well by Empyre. Tragic was also up for it, and they're going to be able to get their touch. Oh, maybe not. I was going to say they were going to get on the corner, but that certainly did not work out. Ascent still seeing if they can take advantage of this opportunity. Blaze straight, almost straight down off the top corner of the glass dome. A very good touch to send it a little bit further into enemy territory. Chiefs has to get up as a... Oh, it was a great block from Blaze, but Tragic was too strong, and they were able to force the ball through. That second touch so important and slightly out of Blaze's range. For Delta, they may just steal this game away with the last couple seconds. Although they were in initial control, Ascent has looked decent and certainly could have been rewarded with the game win as well. Unless they can keep it up for these last couple seconds at the 0-second mark. Ball is going to be up. Tragic off the backboard. No one's close enough, but it's popped up by the Ascent defenders. Oh, and that... Oh my goodness. Empyre's shot went straight down, but it looked like it was coming in an angle. There were a couple more seconds. I think that might have bounced on the ground and gone in. Wow, how close was that? Well, Delta have the 2-game advantage now. game number 2 a slightly more accurate reflection of the distance between these two teams. At least I feel that way. It almost went to overtime as well. But Delta were able to find that last last goal in the final 30 seconds. They're able to hold on to it for the rest of the time. We'll see if they can complete the sweep over Ascent, or if Ascent have something else up their sleeve. We'll find out in the next 5 minutes as we have game number 3 between Ascent and Delta. Got that scoreboard, and Tragic trying to boot it into the blue half and trying to get another early goal. The bump on a defender. Blaze specifically. Drover the shot. Boom, high. Follow up. Oh, it's a scramble from the Ascent defense. Not clean whatsoever. But they do get the save, they do get the clearance, and they do get the block at midfield. That could turn this in their favor. It's a strong shot, and it's out of reach of Tragic. Sinbad, who has been pretty quiet this series, comes in with an air rolling shot. A little lucky that it got past Tragic, as that both the ball and the car were in the middle of the net, but those fine margins, oh so important in Rocket League, and obviously that slight distance between the ball and the final defender, the difference for that goal. It wasn't much, but it was something. Sinbad won't care, because now they've got a goal to their name. Blaze looking for a teammate downfield, with decided to pop a high, go for the double tap themselves, and they're just going to push it into the opposite corner. Empyre's touch intercepts a blue pass. A pinch rolls up the corner and onto the ceiling. Tragic is in the best place to get it, as they had momentum coming from midfield. Blaze a touch through. Empyre booms it away to the opposite side of the pitch. And across halfway as well. Chiefs up early with the free jump. There's a big clearance over the top of Blaze. They're going to try to cut though on Tragic, and they do so successfully. Possession. Dover does well to keep it to the side. Empyre tried getting to it and they pre-jumped, but unfortunately the ball took a couple rebounds. It wasn't quite in the same spot that they were hoping. Blaze. Oh, off the ceiling, it's coming down again. Sinbad's up. They don't have enough for a second. And it's wide from Chiefs. Very close for Ascent. It could have had 2 goals at this point in the game, but they've only got the 1, and that makes it easier for Delta to try to come back. Blaze in the corner. Chiefs has to read this for the midfield touch. Empyre beats them. And Drover takes a shot! Sinbad got the touch, but it wasn't enough. Too much to the side, and in the ball goes. Drover ties it up for Delta. At Ascent, it's back to the drawing board. Sinbad. Oh, thought about going off the ceiling to possibly follow it up, but they wanted to leave it for their teammate instead. You have better touches, and were able to keep it moving forward and away from their net. Sinbad can't keep control close and getting it up to Tragic. Chiefs with the initial touch, gets it past Tragic, but they're following up, turning closely. Empyre was up. Sinbad can't get it either. Not great from the Ascent defense, giving Delta times to reset. Time to get back on offense. Tragic to the backboard. Chase pushes into the corner. Tragic to the inside. Drover coming in with the shot, and Sinbad makes a great stop to keep the scoreline level for the moment being. Delta continuing to threaten, though. Havera peels away. Drover and Tragic both considering coming in. Tragic tried to get the touch inside of Drover. They get the block. Tragic with the cut to the corner. Trying to get it back inside. Delta, they're getting in a lot of great spots. They just cannot get these touches strung together long enough to put up a good play and give them the advantage in this game back. Blaze with the foul. 25 seconds left for one of these teams to settle the score in regulation. Will it be all-important walk or go-ahead goal, or are we going to have to settle for a walk-off in overtime? That one almost squeezing through the orange defense and the crossbar. But they do make the saves, and Delta and Ascent going to overtime in game number 3. Delta on match point, looking to take the sweep over another top team in their division. Ascent hoping that the opposite will happen and they can take a reverse sweep, or at the very least a goal or a game in their favor, make it not look as bad. Shot to the far post, dealt with well by Havera. Gets it under one, picks it up. It's a good follow. They looked like they have a decent amount of boost. The flip reset to the backboard. Is there a follow-up? Drover comes in and taps it in. Delta complete the sweep after a highlight setup from Havera. Drover in the perfect spot to latch onto it. And after this match was so closely fought between these two sides, it is a quick overtime goal courtesy of Havera and Drover that ends this series in 3. What a series, though. 3-0 doesn't really tell the story of this series. These two teams clearly evenly matched. Only 1 and 2 goal deficits at the end of each of the games. Ascent, they've got plenty of time, though, to regroup. They're already in a great position in the standings. They're going 3-1. They've got 2 more weeks left. With a 3-0 record so far, they look like they're going to be a top team and in the playoffs. As long as they can find one extra goal to secure that, one extra game to secure that spot, Delta will move 4-0, all but securing a playoff spot. 4 goals usually enough to do it. Whoops, why did I do that? I meant to leave match. But GG's to both sides. What a great series it was, keeping it until the very end, wondering whether we would have a game 4 or whether we would have a sweep. Very exciting stuff. And it's a great way to end the night of IGL casting as well. We will search for somebody that we can go raid. Check out our other IGL casters. Even this late, usually there's not a whole lot of people. Oh, there's actually quite a few still on. Let's see. Send it to Pazka if they're not done yet. Let's see. Oh, it looks like they got started not too long ago.
Oh, and what a.
Oh, and that series
talk
is
about
at
stealing
1-1
a
right now.
goal.
Let's
Death
go.
Wish sitting on the goal line.
Plenty of more IGL action coming throughout the night, but not from me. You're very welcome, Drover, for the
Mickey
cast. Glad you were able
getting
to
stolen from there.
to submit that
prediction, the timer
special
ran out.
request, and I was
Yeah,
able to accept
I threw
it.
it up when it was before anybody had won a match. I'm being told Mickey steals goal and then the chat steals goals in the chat here, and then
But
and then Mickey
we'll go
rips
send
a
some love
liner
over to
down the middle
Posca,
order.
another
Nice, up
IGL
2-0 early on
community
in game
caster.
3.
Thanks to all of
After
you who
Mickey
showed up tonight. We
dunks
will be
one off of Death
back
Wish's head,
tomorrow
and then
casting an
lays a
escape
laser
velocity
beam
match
down the
before I
middle of
head
the
off
net
and do
there. Nobody's
some
gonna stop that one. Order Night Riders.
some other
I know
Rocket
they're-
League related
they're
things that I
they're
won't be
like,
doing
okay, guys, we're up to
necessarily on
so
stream. But then
now
also
I'm
on
outscoring
Friday,
Mickey, looking for the big
check out
air
the
dribble
Indie
over the
Gaming
midfield,
League
gets stopped by
Twitch
2
channel
of
because
Weird
they will be
players.
hosting the B stream of the Truman Factory
Death Wish Hero into the
Rocket
corner,
League
looking to
tournament
make that last pass.
qualifiers
Ooh, a shot
Friday
maybe.
night.
Pyra blocks him,
And
stuffs him in the middle,
me
but
and
Mickey gets the
Pyro
touch.
J will
Mickey
be
coming in
hosting
clutch
game
here.
number 3
Oh,
of
tap
that
lefties, it's
stream.
just off.
So
It's
be sure to
just
check that out
off
for
the
some
post.
high energy
King trying to
casting
force one.
and some great Rocket League. But
Zero
that is
shots,
all
but
for
one
me
goal.
tonight.
Exactly.
Thank you all so much for
It's
coming.
all about the teamwork,
And
though, right?
let's go
This
send
is
it over
what,
to Posca.
I said in between Mickey with the double touch off the backboard. Nice job. Mickey passed 2 defenders on the goal line, keeping that ball close